All right, welcome back, everyone, to Mindcrushers. It's been quite a long time since the last Mindcrushers episode, I believe. It's been several
Has been quite some time.
months, at
Yeah.
least. I don't know when the last one was, but if you're not privy to it,
9 months ago, maybe?
we got a playlist on our channel of all of our previous episodes. But if you're starting with us here, Mindcrushers is a series of cards from two co-creators of Cards Against Humanity. So they range from absolutely stupid to borderline thought-provoking. Let's find out what we get this time.
And really raunchy as well.
Yeah, NSFW generally.
Yeah.
There's always NSFW in each episode.
Yeah.
There's enough cards in here. Usually that's the case. The tagline is stupid questions, stupid conversations. You got to be 17 years of age or older to watch this video. Just like these cards.
According to this.
Right.
Yeah, wow.
So we do 10 each episode. I just randomly draw them from this. And you get the name. Extremely Stoned Time Question. Extra Thinky. It says.
Okay. It's extremely stoned time question?
Yes, fun fact, humans can only perceive a tiny sliver of the light that's out there, like less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum. X-rays, gamma rays, ultraviolet light, all that stuff is totally invisible to our shitty monkey eyeballs. We're missing most of what's out there, guys. So, do you think the way we perceive time is just as shitty as the way we perceive light? What do you think we're missing out on?
Interesting. That's Well, so I think I guess if you put it a certain way, well, because time is relative, right? It's relative to the rotation of man, I don't remember how a lot of this stuff works, but it's basically like
some shit, some science
shit. A year yeah, so like time, because time dilation is a thing. Basically, the further you get
time
away
about
from
3 inches.
It what?
I don't know. Maybe time.
I feel like there needs to be more people for this conversation. I don't know, because what are we missing out on? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you mean. Are they thinking that like in certain ways that we would be able to like from a certain perspective we'd be able to see past events happening? Like if that's a something with time, right?
Yeah, well, the way we perceive it.
Yeah. Well, the way we perceive it is that it's happening in real time to our perception of it.
What is time as we perceive it real? That's the real question.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it clearly is a concept. Like we can, because we can study, things that have happened in the past, and that those are foundational. But we can't. I mean, we can't like see what happened in the past, right? So I think it's like, is this kind of where the question's going? Is it like
they want us to be talking like, what if all events are happening, past, present, and future, all happening at the same time, and this is just how we are processing? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Well, because if you're taking it in the way that, like the spectrum of light, so we have visible light, which is all the stuff that we can see. But then you have obviously the like that said there, all these different various spectrums. So
if you our think visible of time is just daylight,
visible, yeah,
aging,
right?
But
yeah. So
what if
we could see so much more with time? Like, what if we? Well, I guess like to a certain way, it's like if we weren't bound to the physical realities of Earth and the restrictions of the amount of gravity, the density, the all those things that we require to be alive. If we could go, travel to say some other star, like us going there would maybe it would only take X amount of time, but with time dilation, stuff would basically like everyone we would know and love would be dead essentially by the time we weren't even partway there. Even though to us it might be feeling like it's only it's only uh been, I don't know, maybe a few years or something of us going a certain way, uh but time is relative to wherever position you have in any part of the universe. So, which is why like stuff that we're seeing like stars and things, they're like we're seeing stuff that happened like hundreds, if not thousands of years ago. But we're
Mm.
only seeing the effects of it now because that's how long it takes for the light to get to us. But to us it looks like, oh, that's happening now. When in actuality, no, that stuff happened like thousands of years
Mm.
ago. So that's kind of the wild thing with that. So I guess if we could perceive more time, I don't know, you could predict the future probably a lot more easily. I feel like that would cause way more problems than it would solutions, you know?
Do we have a shitty perception of time? It's as shitty as the way we perceive light. I don't know, but time is so much more abstract. Light. It's like, yeah, we might not be able to see the different light that is like we can only see less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum,
Yeah.
but it's not like that's like a purely visual thing almost,
Yeah.
and time is much more
It's way more abstract. Yeah.
has an actual effect on the human body where you can
Yeah.
see the actual effect of time. Because if if we didn't age or whatever, then you could be like, well, you don't really have an idea of how much time has progressed. I don't know.
Mhm.
There'd be a lot more up to interpretation then. But it feels like we have a pretty good grip on it if we can say, and this person's lived 80 years. They look 80 years. This is how many days they've lived, how many cycles,
Right.
just how we've contrived it. But
Right. Yeah, well, cuz we look at, we look at people all the time,
no,
as
I
just
don't
we're
do
social I don't do that. I
that.
don't look at people. I don't look at anybody. No, but we're a social species, so it's like which is why like that's why the uncanny valley. This is kind of a separate topic in some regards. That's why the uncanny valley exists. When we see something, we know when it's off, when it's not quite right. So that's why. So yeah. So with time, that's why we can tell that because as a species, we've gotten real good at figuring out like how old people are, just generally speaking, on
Yeah.
all the observances that we've had as a species. Where that's why we can. That's why when it's remarkable when someone's like, "Wow, you look more like you're 40," or "Wow, they aged like way worse for whatever reason." Maybe they did abuse more substances throughout their life. They drank too much. It's because like a lot of those things can also age you earlier in life too. So, um, yeah, I don't really know exactly where I'm going with this, but
That's about
time,
it.
man. I
You're
guess that's it. I don't know. I don't know how much
supposed to
more.
be
I feel like that.
you're supposed to be
Yeah,
stoned and
I guess so. That would probably the conversation would probably be more interesting if we were. So,
all right. How about chill the fuck out? Extra thinky.
oh, another thinky, huh? Okay.
Why the fuck are we so uptight about kids using swear words? That's a good question. I asked this a lot about
That is an
censorship
interesting
in
question.
general. Like it's
Yeah.
it's if you just take one step back at any moment in life and you're watching like a TV show that's being broadcast and they're just it's like you're censoring arbitrary random things. We've just contrived these to be swear words. And
That's
we
one of
talked
the
about
things
this
that
with the freaking what is it? Motherfucker.
yeah,
What's the one where it's like
something like that.
no, there's something really weirdly censor part of the word, but separately it's okay. But it's just weird, I don't really
Yeah.
get it. Like, it's just one day we decided certain words or swear words, and then now that's just like that's part of the societal expectations is to. But if you really take a step back and you're watching TV, it just seems so silly that we're just like bleeping random things, and it's like,
Yeah. So I mean, it's an interesting thing, right? Like, because different cultures throughout time have had. I mean, even now, even today, like, uh, there are like strong words or strong language in other cultures and other parts of the world. Like like in Britain, saying something's bloody whatever. That's like strong language. Oh,
mm-hmm,
that's oh, bloody hell. Like that's saying something bloody something is like that's like a big deal. But it's like for us, we're just like we don't really understand that. And
yeah,
that's another English speaker that's saying something like that. You know, that's strong language. Or at least it was. I don't know if that's slowed down. Like as I know in Britain, like fuck is it not really considered quite as taboo a word as it is in
mm-hmm,
here. Like I think you can say that on do not quote me on this because I might be completely off base. And if we have any Brits that maybe know a little bit better about this, you can comment down below if you're watching this for whatever reason. But and I seem to recall that like hearing that, but that could have been completely wrong too. Um, and but yeah, so a lot of it is kind of like yeah, I don't know. I well, some of a lot of it comes from I think connotationally things, right? You know, we have because there are certain words that are like you know derogatory or have a history behind them, like
right.
as a
Slurs.
slurs or
I'm
something
down
like
with
that.
censoring
Things like those are
slurs.
yeah, things like that are like it's understandable.
Yeah.
Where something like that is maybe not
Why isn't everyone saying fuck?
it's
Why
kind of
isn't that just chill? I mean, there was a certain point in my life, a
because
good portion of my life, I was like,
mhm.
I don't really need to swear. I rarely swore. I would say "what the freak" a lot. I was like, "What the
What the
freak,"
frick.
and there just came
My
a point
one of
where I
my
was like, "There's no point. Like, why am I doing this?" There's just like it's much more natural, and certain sentences just do not hit the same when you're saying "freak"
yeah,
versus "fuck."
I guess that's true. So yeah, I don't know. I to me it's one of those things where it's like there is there is like a certain crutch, a certain laziness with a lot of profanity that can sometimes happen.
Uh-huh.
I've heard people talk and fuck is like out of every sentence has
Mm.
that in it, and it's like so there's a certain degree of that where then it like some of it loses a little bit of its punch,
And that's
and
why,
loses its
ultimately,
effectiveness, and
because we're
it's
trying to
like
preserve the swear words to hit harder.
yeah to hit have a little bit of a kick or a punch, and but that's the thing. I think maybe the fact that they are censored has contributed to that, to
Yeah.
giving them more of a punch, which I to some degree can also help in terms of the impact, the comedy of using said words,
Can't have
the
everybody saying
realism.
"fuck you," because then it's like, what is that?
Yeah, it is, but it is like and the same token, it is still like a contrived cultural like definitionally. We have a
Yeah.
certain echelon of swears, damn, shit, uh, 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 I don't know, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like some of the lower tier, hell, and
Bitch.
bitch, bastard. Some of those are like lower echelon, but then you got fuck and the famous 7 words you can't
7
say on
words.
television.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But even
you
that
get those.
actually isn't fully accurate now. A lot of those you can kind of
Yeah,
say. Uh,
yeah.
because then you have like tits and ass and that's kind of come
Yeah, tits. Well, tits is one of those weird. It's kind of a weird thing because like that is like was used for like
it's
in
a
terms of
medical
like
term.
farming.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say the teat or the tit of like a cow
Sure, yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but then you use it to describe the mammary glands of a hot
Mhm.
lady or tits, or my tits. Damn, like
Yeah.
sometimes you get hit right in the tit, or right in the balls. Balls censored?
It's not censored. Y
Yeah.
yeah. So it's always weird though, I just think, well, in the context specifically of why are we so uptight about kids using swear words? Now it's become this precedent, I guess, to where it feels disrespectful if kids are swearing. So
I
it's
think
kind of
so. I
like
mean, that's
you kind of have to upkeep it to an extent. If I could have my way, I would snap my fingers, and then it would just be all right. The floodgates are open,
the
and,
floodgate.
and
I
it would be like everybody just swearing, but we could keep the slurs off the table, because it's like you shouldn't be getting
yeah,
offended by
that's fair.
fuck. You really shouldn't be. It's not like a personal.
Well, okay, so I think there's some of the precedent with like something's shitty. It's like, well, it's poop. It's related to
Mhm,
fecal. It's related to poop. To
mhm.
poop, which is actually a much funnier word than shit. Actually, when it comes down to it, poop is a funny word.
Well, it's because it's
Um,
childish now.
that's why it's funny. Yeah. Um, but crap. There you go. Crap like that.
Mhm,
Um, no, but like that because that's referring to something that like is in and of itself repulsive. But like, I mean, fuck can mean anything. It can mean anything. It can literally be used as just a filler.
and it's an exclamation
Like
of you hurt
extremely. It could be
yourself.
yeah, exactly. Or it can be talking about what it's like its original definitionally about sex.
Mhm,
And I
as God
think I
intended
think
it.
that's and I think that's where some of the that's where a little bit of the like crassness and the crudeness and the so because like you're just saying, oh, I had sex with her. I was like, yeah, I fucked her. It's like it has more of a connotation to it that's like a little bit more like raw and taboo, and it is like kind of it is intended with a bit of a offense in terms of that connotation.
Uh-huh.
So like I like so for example, I'm sort of in of two minds here because obviously I was really raised in a religious household. My parents don't swear, and I don't swear around my parents, at least not very much.
Mm,
Um, because I know it bothers them, I know it offends them, so I won't do it. Um, but I do in my personal life, and that's just like a lot of it has to do with the kind of people that I went to college with, the kind of people that I work with, and it's just like it's an easy way to just generally relate and naturally talk to people,
mhm,
and like I don't feel the need to like. To me, yeah, I mean, there's a whole road of conversation I can go down with this, but that probably we don't really need to. But I think at least in terms of like for kids, I think you hit a pretty well in terms of like the respectfulness of it. I think I
mhm,
think before we start letting kids just let it fly in terms of in terms of some of the language, I think learning learning politeness and learning when it's okay to say things like that because like if I'm going out to like if I'm going to church, I ain't whipping fuck in a church service, in
mm,
the congregation. I'm not doing that. Or like at I was gonna say maybe at a funeral, but like I don't know, maybe actually to make it funny, you could probably whip it
mm,
out there. I don't know. But it's like time and place, kind of under feeling out the room in terms of like impressions and again, not overusing certain terminology because like I think it's important for both both educating young people and both like teaching them respect of at least not like authority as in like you have to because I'm
mhm,
I can be a little anti-authoritarian still, but it's like the a certain level of politeness, I guess, and just decent speech. Um is, it goes a long way. You don't want to just be throwing that out there when
Yeah.
it comes to just anybody. But
It can
and I
be
think
productive.
that's kind of where that's kind of where I think I sit on it. It's like
But
that's why we don't let kids do that.
but at the end of the day, it's
Say
all
that.
because of these arbitrary things we've contrived to begin with. Like it would be such a burden
Yeah.
on like, if we didn't have them do this, they would just be saying fuck every other word. I feel like we just decided these are special words, and now people are gonna use these special words because they're special.
Well,
It almost values
all
them
words are
more.
made up.
Exactly.
Right, but in
But
terms of communication, we have to that's just what naturally happens when it comes to how communication develops, I
but
guess.
it's just funny to
Right?
me because I think in many ways I find like bitch to be more offensive as a word than a lot of like the typical swear words, and that one's like usually okay in like a censorship context.
Yeah, which is interesting because
Because that's like a
when
more direct
calling
insult, like saying
it
you
can
are
be
a
way more
bitch.
direct.
It's
Like,
not like,
yeah, you bitch. Yeah, calling like a woman a bitch or whatever, and it's
yeah.
like, well, maybe she was a bitch. I don't know, but like, I kind of agree with you there.
But I try. I
Like,
personally, like, as
that was
much
a
as
lot more pointed.
I swear a lot, but I swear a lot now. But I try
I
not to use
try.
bitch, like,
I tr-
and I don't like to use it to describe or
I yeah, it's to me, it's like it's tough for me because it's like I don't like doing it. I don't like feeling the of calling somebody that.
Mhm.
When you deal with some real shitty people, though, I mean, it comes out, it happens. But no, I feel you on that one. That one's like that one has felt. I mean, because I remember in college that was something that I remember. Like I remember there was someone called some girl a bitch, and I was like, look, I don't like her, but don't call her a bitch. And like I think that's still kind of I think it's still my general
Right.
perception on stuff. It's like you really have to do something I think pretty horrible for me to think that way about you. But
Yeah, but that's why it
I
just seems
I
so
do.
arbitrary to me. The censorship of
Yeah.
certain words versus others. And I think
Yeah.
wasn't the word dumbass? It's like they'll censor out the dumb and then keep the
Oh
ass.
yeah. That's weird.
Stuff like
Yeah,
that to
that's
me.
weird. I don't understand that at all. Yeah. What?
So it's like it's very
That one
weird
is
the
kind
rules
of
we've established, you
yeah.
know. And it is kind of liberating when you watch like movies that aren't restricted by these censors, and then you go watch typical like cable TV, and it's like
Yeah.
censoring out the wazoo. I think you lose a little something
Get
doing that.
these
But
get these monkey fighting snakes off this Monday to Friday plane,
yeah,
Zach.
yeah, that's why it's like, even censored music and stuff. I've always been, nah, give it to
Oh,
me
the censored
raw.
that one actually bothers me the most. I think the censored music is often like that's the thing that I'm just like
Especially this weird like innuendo for like certain things, and
complete yeah, it just
yeah.
completely takes me out of it. Like, it's like what? When I hear a radio edit, all of a sudden I'm just like, well, wait, what's going on? What's happening?
Yeah.
It's like a whole line is just not existent.
Mm-hmm.
That's happened. That's a few things I've listened to. I was like,
Is certain
what?
songs I'm like, how are they even on the radio? It's like swearing nonstop, but they have to
Yeah.
weirdly do something, and it'll keep like cutting out like
Trust she hates me. Do. Trust she hates me. It's like you can tell what he says too. But
It's
I'm
like,
like,
what's even the point of this?
it's,
All right. All
um,
right, let's see. Dog volcano.
oh,
Okay.
a dog volcano.
So there's a volcano that spews out dogs instead of lava. Wonderful,
Oh,
adorable dogs who love flying out of the volcano and are so happy to meet you. If we had such a
I love
volcano,
this.
if we had such a volcano, undeniably the world would be a better place. Anyway,
Yes.
would you rather have a dog volcano or a resolution to the Israel-Palestine conflict?
No.
This
When was this made?
is good.
Well,
They just
here's the
slid
thing:
that in there.
The Israel Palestine conflict's been going on
Oh yeah.
for like a century. So it didn't have to necessarily. It's just it's only risen.
So
It's
then
only gotten more
this is a
extreme the last
meme
couple of
bait
years.
card. They had us
Yeah,
in the first half. Dog volcano.
yeah.
Would you rather have a dog volcano
Um,
or a resolution? We can just answer that on the surface.
I mean, look, I think while the world would be a better place with the dog volcano, I do want people to stop dying.
All right,
I would really like that to stop
you
happening.
got it. You sold
So,
me.
you know, but that's kind of. But would a dog volcano solve that?
we
The answer is
need
no. The
we
answer
need
is
a
no. That
group of
would not
people. That
solve
way,
it.
you have the annoying person who says, "I choose both. I don't want to choose. I
Oh,
want
I
both
hate
of them:
that.
dog
No, you
volcano
have to choose
and
one.
resolution."
No, you have to actually choose one. Well, the dog volcano may down the line. It could if you put the
Could be
here's
the
the, if a dog
resolution.
volcano existed, it would. Yeah, that's the
You
resolution.
put
We
that in
create a
there.
dog volcano.
You
You put
drop it
that.
in there. Yeah.
That's Tel Aviv. Boom, dog volcano. There it is.
Also, yeah, no, I'll take the resolution because we would also
Yeah.
humans would find a way to make the dog volcano like the worst thing imaginable. I think
Oh, yeah. They would.
it would
Yes.
turn into some horrible like dog trafficking situation. These poor like wholesome dogs are taking someone's like
Yeah,
camped out
probably.
like
I,
whenever the dog
I
lava spews out, they're taking them away
yeah.
and taking
Well,
advantage.
that's the thing too. Is that you have to necessarily because it's not going to be erupting 24/7. So it's like
Yeah, but it would be a joyous
so
little moment every time.
I love that. I love the description of
It would
they're
all
very
just a bait and
excited to
switch.
meet you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. What a great card.
What about the peanuts in your hand?
That would kill me. Well, actually, probably if I'm holding peanuts, it would probably be okay. But
You're in a plane and the pilot has just announced that the plane's going down. What do you do with the bag of peanuts in your hand?
I mean, obviously, I'm chucking it. I'm handing it back to the stewardess and being like, "Excuse me, ma'am. This is I. Please give me something else. Please give me with the strudel waffle, or whatever it's called, the stroop waffle. Give me that."
Is it better to die in a plane crash or is it better to die by peanuts
I'd rather die in the
for
plane
you?
crash, yeah, because the penis is the slow asphyxiation as my body essentially kills itself. I think I would rather die in a fiery explosion than in
Alright.
a violent fiery explosion. I might not die right away, but I think I would still rather die that way than peanut.
For me, as someone who's not allergic to peanuts,
Yeah, what do you do? What do
it's
you do
also
with them?
still not a very relatable thing to me. I've never had peanuts on an airplane. Truly, uh,
Have you been on an airplane?
I have two
Oh, they didn't.
times.
Oh, they didn't hand you peanuts though, huh?
No, no, probably
Wow.
probably too cheap. Spirit Airlines, they don't give you
No,
peanuts.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I get the Stroop. I flew United just this past earlier this month
Mhm.
for visiting my family, and I got the Stroop waffle both times. Delicious.
Yeah, I never really get anything, but
Yeah.
yeah. What do you do with it? If all hope is lost, so it's tough. Do you cradle the bag of peanuts? Is it like
I mean,
source
you
of
just
comfort?
consume them as fast as possible.
Consume them, chuck them at someone who bothered you on the plane earlier, maybe. We're about to actually die, but let me just do one last petty action. That'd be kind of cool. No one would know though, you know.
I mean, you also might be flying. You might be flying in a Captain Phillips situation. Maybe he'll fly the plane and save it, rescue it successfully.
Yeah,
You
so they
know.
announce it's going down. Technically, it doesn't mean it is going down, but usually they don't go to the
Yeah.
announcement if it's not a
Usually they don't.
big
Usually
deal.
they don't do that. Yeah. Well, usually they don't. They don't
The
do that
plane is
anyways.
going down.
Yeah.
Just attention.
This
This
just
shit's
in.
going
The plane
down.
is going down.
Yeah, grab your peanuts. I always like saying peanuts, like
Yeah.
borderline
Grab your
penis.
peanuts. Hold them tight.
Peanuts.
Grab your penis. Hold it tight.
Alec is allergic to peanuts.
Yeah.
All right.
So I can't do that.
What about the love button? Uh-oh.
Is this going to be an obsession situation
Yeah.
going on here?
The love button. It's a big red button of universal love. When you push it, it makes you love everyone in the whole world just as much as you love your best friend. That's a whole lot of love. But let's be honest, you're not pushing that button. Why won't you push it?
It did. That's the bait here. Is it's daring you to push it.
But why won't he's saying you're not pushing
Why?
that button? Why?
Yeah.
Why won't you
Why are
push
you
it?
not?
Well,
Here's the so
let's be 100% real. Like,
yeah. What?
is there any like? It doesn't seem controversial at all to not push this button. Like, I don't see any appeal to it whatsoever.
No, there is no appeal because
Because
the thing is like we as humans we only have so much capacity. Like even the
they
most
just
like loving
explode on the
person
spot. Yeah.
in yeah even the most loving person, the person who has a wide as an ocean in terms of the amount of love that they can provide to people,
Yeah.
they still have a finite capacity for that. They
Yeah.
like they you can't possibly care that much about people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would just explode.
And the point
I
is, you
don't I
turn off
you
at some
can't.
point. Even the super cheery, happy people that are positive with everybody they're around, they can at least they have an end of the day where they come back and they don't have to keep loving people. But it's like every single person you see, you're gonna love them like your best friend. You go on the
Yeah,
internet,
that's just
everybody you
too.
love is like your best friend. It's like, what do you
Yeah.
do with that?
Yeah, you can't. I just
There's
you that's
so many people dying that are
yeah,
you love as much as your best friend. How do you have
right.
the capacity for that?
How
Yeah,
do you handle that? Yeah, how are you ever going to handle that? Yeah, because imagine it's like you see like a car accident, you're driving by and somebody might have died in the car accident. You probably like you're gonna have a panic attack
yeah.
basically. Like every
Anytime you
time you
see
drive.
anything, yeah, like anyone being like insulted, inconvenienced, it's like you're gonna take direct offense on everyone's behalf, like
Yeah,
personal, deep offense to it. It's like, damn,
right. Yeah.
you can have an exhausting day, like, and you're gonna
Yeah,
ultimately end up not interacting with many people probably as a result. But it's not even
right.
the case. Even then, it's like you're still thinking about them. It's like, I love all these people. Man, I love all these people. You look out the window. I love that guy, dude. He's like my best friend right there. You just like you can't help. You're gonna be thinking about it, so you can't even cut off the ties and be like, all right, I'll limit it when you interact with it. You're still gonna. You can't help yourself. So
Mm,
yeah, no one's pressing the love button. I don't think that's a hot take.
no. No, I don't think it is either. I just don't. There's no appeal. There's no appeal to it to me whatsoever. Because it's like, yeah, I think because part of being human is the fact that you have there's a necessary structure to your capacity to for affection to certain people. Like I think that is
Yeah.
you don't want to overtax that because like I think that's actually one of the reasons I think that like you know I think that's one of the reasons the globalization, the interconnectivity that we have as a species, right? Now with the internet, that we have this access to this information that, like, 100 years ago, you'd hear about it in a newspaper, and somebody would report to you over a newspaper.
Mhm.
Whereas now you have instant access to information about these horrible things that are going on around the world, and that's
Yeah.
a benefit in some degrees. But in other degrees, it's like it pulls you in so many directions to care about these things, and it's like you can't possibly like our ancestors had no idea of anything like that. Their frame of reference is their town basically, and that's their entire existence is
Mhm.
that. Maybe some visitors, a stranger would
Yeah.
come into town here and there, but it's like yeah, and it's like it, and I think that's why everybody is that's why everyone's going crazy right now. I think that's
And as
there's
sad as
something
it
to
is,
that.
that's why you do need an element of compartmentalizing
Yeah.
because there's so much
Yeah.
it's constant tragic stuff that you
Mm.
encounter,
Mm.
and like it'll be like, man, that's horrible, but you gotta keep going because,
Yeah.
and then it's like, no, that's like my best friend right there. This horrible thing happened to. There's my best friend. Another horrible thing happened to. It's like that's tough, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
A nice drive in the country. Controversial.
Controversial. Having a nice drive in the country? Okay. Okay.
You're out taking a nice drive in the country. Beautiful. Look at those hills. Thump. Uh-oh. You just hit something. You get out of the car to see what happened. Holy fuck. You ran over former Vice President Dick Cheney. He's barely alive. His body is all fucked up. How do you feel now? What are you going to do?
I mean, we know the obvious joke, right? Put it in reverse.
No.
I
love him. He's like my best friend.
I love that warmonger.
Just ran him over. His body's all fucked up.
His body's all fucked. So probably the most powerful vice president we've had in the entire country's history.
Holy aura.
Cheney is evil man. Like, I think it's kind of uncontroversial to say that he's not exactly a good person. But like I think most mainstream Republicans have basically sworn off Dick Cheney. Like, I don't know anyone that speaks speaks kindly.
Holy aura.
Holy aura.
But if you run him over, his body's all fucked up. How do you feel? How you feeling? What you gonna do?
I mean, why is he there? I mean, first of all,
you don't have to ask yourself that question. You gotta act.
I guess you gotta act. It's true. What do you do? I mean, I guess
the right answer is the boring answer, but you know.
Well, okay, but first
of all,
you
put him to the side and you hide the body, right?
You hide the body, yeah. You hide the body.
He's still alive.
Just drive off,
and
you drive off. No, but so first of all, I mean, you'd look around, try to figure out why he's here alone. Like, what's going on? Like, is there somebody else here with him?
And then you ask, why me? Second.
Yeah, why me specifically? Why did this
have to happen to me?
Yeah.
That's what I always ask when I run someone over.
Yeah. Yeah, when I I thought it was gonna be you ran over a dog or something.
Like, why?
Like when it was like, oh no, you just ran over former Vice President Dick Cheney.
Why did this happen to me? Why does this always happen to me? Why did this happen to me again this week? That's the kind of questions I would be asked. All right.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I just call for help, I guess. I don't know, because like the thing is,
help,
like it's.
Help.
I mean, the help. No, you do the Willy Wonka. Help, please. Murder.
Yeah.
That was a movie. It's either you've seen Willy Wonka the Chocolate Factory, right?
Oh yeah.
I feel like that because that's on my short list for a movie night to review. I love that movie.
It's an all-timer right there.
That'd be fun. It's an all-timer. It's pretty great.
That's funny because I was considering last time Young Frankenstein. So.
Oh yeah, I almost bought that because I saw it on I saw a Blu-ray copy of it store a few days ago. I almost picked it up to be like, man, I should get this so we can actually watch it for a movie night, but because it's not streaming anywhere.
All that being said, Dick Cheney's still there. He's still barely alive. Is he thinking all about Willy Wonka?
I mean, I'm looking to see. Yeah, well, I'm thinking about Willy Wonka. I'm looking to see, do I have cell service? If I'm lucky, I don't, and that means I can drive a little bit out of the way to try to get cell service.
Yeah, what do you do when you have no cell service? Because that's a good question in general. You know, I've never thought about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta try to drive to your connection, and it's like, why'd you flee the scene? It's like, I had no connection.
It's like, well, it's either that. I guess you have to stay. You have to stay on the
stay
scene,
there and watch them die slowly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no one around to help. No one around. It's just a big empty road. Yeah.
Look, his body is all fucked up.
How do you feel now? I wouldn't feel good about it.
Well, I've
never felt good about it any of the other times.
Yeah, I mean, you're running over an old man. That doesn't feel very good. It just in general, that's. I mean, that adds a little bit more to the comedy of the situation.
We're in the country too. Yeah, specifically nice drive in the country. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
Holy fuck.
you could
Holy frick.
holy frick. You could go
See, if you censored that,
I
people
don't
would
know.
think you said shit, and it gets confusing. It would go holy bleep, and you lose the nuance of it being holy fuck.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, you just
I mean, I don't know if you could. I mean, if you didn't have cell service, you could try to you leave the car there. That might not be a good idea either. But you could maybe remember where the last place you saw a house was. Try to call for help from there
yeah.
if they have a landline. If it's rural enough, they should have landlines. So
Yeah.
yeah,
we'll,
I mean,
we'll do our due diligence, I guess.
yeah. Even if it is Dick Cheney, you want to try to
Gotta do it.
admit fault, go to jail probably for manslaughter.
Oh shoot.
Yeah.
We were just enjoying the countryside one moment.
And then boom, boom.
All right, time to fuck the robot. NSFW.
Of course. Why would it be anything different?
Yeah. The sex robots, they're coming. They will be super hot, very realistic, and amazing at sex, way better than we are. Your orgasms will be off the charts. So, would you be cool with your partner having a sex robot? What if you shared it?
No. Okay, that's a different question.
No, because you get sex mogged.
You get jealous, especially if it's apparently really good at it.
See, it's the best orgasm you'll ever have. Yeah, off the chart.
That's crazy. Like, like how does it manage that? That's
I always know it was super hot and very realistic too. So the fact that they say that too, it's like you're also taking it's like a Westworld element. I don't know if you're if you've watched any Westworld, but
I haven't, but I know the general.
But I remember there's a debate at the time with some channels I was watching. It's like, would that be considered cheating if you went and slept with a prostitute in Westworld who just looks like a regular person, but it's technically not a person?
Yes, that's 100. That's 100% cheating. Yes, so, it's emotion. It's at least emotional cheating.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the thing, because if it's like pure robot looking thing, you could maybe see it as like a sex toy almost,
right?
But if it looks just like a person,
the ethics of that start to get dicey, because like if it looks like in which
that's what I'm saying.
Where does ensoulment occur? Where like that's going to be the question about like what's going to bother you. Yeah.
But yeah, we got weird. Very realistic, and they're super hot. So it's just like actually, in every way, it looks like you're having sex with a regular person or a super hot person. So,
right.
So you wouldn't be cool with your partner having a sex robot?
No. Yeah. No.
Maybe a special occasion.
Yeah, bring it on a special occasion. Just like
hiding
spice things up a little.
Thing in the closet. All right, happy birthday.
Here you go. I mean, I don't know. It's like,
but then it's a slippery slope because it's so good.
It is.
It's so good. They're so good at what they do.
It's too good.
They'll be slipping them out of the closet when you're not there.
This is a Black Mirror episode, right here. That's what's going on right here.
It is. The fact that even on that Black Mirror episode, Be Right Back, you could just flip that thing on and off.
Yeah.
When you wanted. What if you shared it?
I mean, you still. I mean, I don't know. I guess it could get into in some interesting territory, I guess. But
that is interesting.
So
that's interesting because it doesn't full on go into the throuple or threesome territory, because you have like full control over this being. It just fully in service of this couple.
Of pleasuring both of you. Yeah. So that would be very, very. It would still be weird, I think.
You got it.
Well, so I guess the question there is like, is the I guess do the ethics of, well, to me the thing is like, because this thing has like almost a persona, that almost creates kind of this weird ethical problem. Whereas something like spicing up your bedroom with like toys, I guess. I don't know,
Mhm.
for lack of a better, for the technical term. Um, like that's. I mean, I don't necessarily think that there's that big of an ethical problem with that. So long as you're, both
Yeah.
you're both pleasing each other. I think that's within the realms of
It's a
decent sexual
conversation to be
activity. But
had
it's
for
like
sure.
it's for me. I don't know. I think that's it starts to get into some unusual territory. Like especially because like I love that this puts into the, it's really good. You're gonna have the best orgasms of your life. Where it's like okay, but
I think it had a feeling that people would be opposed to the partner
mm,
having it. So they're like, "Oh, what if you shared it though?
yeah,
You know, what if it didn't
that
look
could
at
still
you during?"
it could still weird. Yeah, don't look at me during. So that could still. I feel like that could still has room to cause some has room to cause division.
Like, why aren't
Especially
you
if
as
it's
good as
like
Sexalina?
right or something like that, or like I noticed you were paying more attention to the robot, while we were going at it. Well, what was that all about?
Well,
That
they're
kind of
super
thing.
hot. They're so realistic. Can you blame
I
me?
mean, you were paying attention to it too. Don't point the finger at me. And yeah,
But that
just it just
that
it
would
just
be
sounds
interesting.
like that's room for way more problems
In a realistic
as
sense,
involving
yeah,
multiple people in sex
it's
often
true.
does.
It's true. But I think it is different because it's not like it's it's not like they will be servicing the other thing, and so the attention should be different than an actual threesome, I feel like. But
Mm,
the logistically these things would be expensive as hell, probably above my tax
yes.
grade. But
Yeah, yeah, big time.
in a hypothetical where people just have access to these willy-nilly, you're changing the whole landscape of sex as we know it. I feel like it's like you could be quizzing like people on the street, and it's like maybe 50-50 of people saying, yeah, we have sex robot who joins in with us. And it's like
Sure.
that's the new meta. It's like, are you
Yeah,
not sex
yeah.
robot
Well,
maxing?
yeah, it's definitely. I mean, it is definitely like already like realistic sex dolls are already like well out of the price bracket for like most people. To the
Hmm.
point of, I think you probably have a serious problem if you're spending that much money on a
Yeah,
sex doll. If you're spending like tens of thousands of dollars on something like that, I think you might have a problem.
yeah. And people are going to be
You should probably
marrying
see
people will be
somebody about
marrying the
that.
sex robots. It'll be a whole
Yeah.
thing, you know.
So these robots are going to be obviously not within most people's price range. So then what would there be like? Would there be like
Call it sex
brothels, like
maxing
sex
though.
robot brothels? Would it be like, and would that have to be something then after that, where it's like you can
That
go get your rocks off here, and
that's a
it just
moneymaker.
feels like that's just yeah, it's I that's depressing. It's depressing to think about.
That's kind of
Because
what
I mean, it's all
Westworld
well. Here's
is.
the thing.
Westworld was that with extra steps, essentially.
Yeah.
It's like
Well, I
you
mean,
could
there he
go
is.
you could go have sex with a robot in a brothel, but also go on a side quest in the Wild West. So
Well, I mean, it already kind of is depressing where we have like these AI companions that people
yeah,
have. That's already
I
like
know.
dystopian as hell. So
And
it's like,
I showed you a long time ago. I sent you that interview of the one of this woman who's like in a relationship with the AI. Um, it's crazy, like the detail to it.
I remember the one where the guy, it's like the guy is talking to, it's like, and his wife. He was like it's him talking to this robot that gives him all these inspiration in his work or something like that, and it's very weird, very uncomfortable. Like
Mhm.
I hated every second watching it. It was just deeply concerning.
Yeah,
So
but Bring on the sex robots, I guess.
It's unfortunately it is an inevitability because there's a market for it because we are a very sexual species. So,
but these amazing, super hot, realistic ones, it's if it's within the price, reasonable price range, the conversation to be had at that point, right?
probably, yeah.
And you're
It's going to be a topic.
You're hearing the orgasms are dynamite. You got to get in that. All my friends are doing it. Come on. The terrible arms.
The T-Rex story.
So you own a TV that has 2 muscular arms on its sides. The arms clap at the end of every show. Big, loud claps, even if the show is stupid and bad.
Oh, so like going to the movies.
You hate those terrible arms. They ruin television, but you can't afford a new TV. One day it becomes too much to bear. You grab your saw and you start cutting off one of those arms. The arm bleeds human blood. The TV screams in pain. What's your next move? Wow.
Is it off when you're doing this? How is it doing this? How is it screaming? I want to know where that sounds coming from.
We don't know how this. We're already dealing with a crazy TV with arms. What is it? It could be on and off. It's like sentient weird TV shit.
Look. If the arm's already off and it's already bleeding, we're doing it. We're grabbing the other one, and we're just sawing the other one off. We're just gonna have it. It'll just bleed out. I don't know what this abomination is, but it's just going to bleed out eventually.
You never before you go to the full-on sawing method. You never just mess around, give it a handshake, or mess around with the arm or something.
Talk about the sex robots. Maybe it'll just give you a nice friendly handy. Every so often.
My next sentence.
He gives you a high five at the end of it when you climax. He's just like, hey, good job, buddy. Well, that would be uncomfortable. That'd be weird if it gives you a high five at the end.
You could have sex with it and watch TV at the same time, maybe. You could combine these things.
He's big. Well, it's big and muscular. Well, maybe they could be muscular but also feminine.
Yeah.
Maybe the hands are very feminine.
What would I do in that situation? Human blood. TV
I'm sawing the other one. I'm doing it. I'm going for it. I'm committed at this point.
It's always these situations where it's like, surely something like this, we would know this. It would have come up on the news at some point, a weird interaction with the muscular TVs.
Yeah.
We might just be the first ones on the ground floor.
They clap at the end of every program.
How is that? I don't see how that's too much to bear, though. You just have to deal with it clapping after each episode. It's not like during the episode, right? It's at the end of every show, so you turn him off. He's not clapping all night.
But it's loud. It does specify that it is very loud when it claps.
But you just saw. You would think there'd be other steps you take first. Surely there's a part of the manual that says something about disabling the muscular arms or something, but no.
Like handcuffing them or something? What if you can handcuff them, right?
Yeah, but if I'm already doing this, you might have to follow through. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Call the police?
I said I'd follow through. Well, and then I may get a sample of the blood to test it to see what kind of blood is this? I said it was human blood. Well, who's human blood? That's what I want to know now.
It's this TV robot. Wow, yeah. So
no,
you got organic human blood. It's your own.
Yeah,
it matches your DNA 100%. Wow.
Yeah. Whoa, that's
match.
great. It's wild. How did I get this thing?
That's a whole episode of something too. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
What about Shit Pants Time Machine? Pretty stupid. I like how most of these could be pretty stupid, but
yeah, I was gonna be
tagged that.
Yeah, they're tagged that way. Yeah.
You have an actual time machine, but when you travel back in time, you can only change the past in one way, by making people shit their pants. Other than that, you are totally useless and invisible. How are you going to use your Shit Pants Time Machine?
You'll make Hitler shit his pants.
Right, but
That what you do? Well, it says you
Going back in
didn't
the
change
past and
anything else, though.
making an impact has never been appealing to me, though. You know, I've never felt like I'm down to risk the crazy butterfly effect that's about to happen from any change I make. You know, it's like
It is true.
it could
The
either
space
wipe your
time
existence
continuum.
out or do tons of other
Yeah,
fucked up shit or completely different
it's
um from what you from what you know now, you know.
it's true. Like I like the time traveler's immunity is really the only thing, which is like in fiction is kind of it's sort of a cop out, but because it's like the implications of what you do in the past changing the future is makes way more sense. But for me, that's all I would want to to do is just to be the observer. I really wouldn't
Yeah.
want to do much of anything. But this says that's the only thing you change. So would even having somebody shit their pants, would that drastically change history? It might. I
Absolutely.
don't know.
Absolutely. You understand the butterfly effect? If someone shits their pants on a day they're not supposed to shit their pants, that completely changes the trajectory of that day.
It yeah, it can, but like if you this is a I don't know, maybe they're just like, "Oh, I must have ate something bad," and then they just go home and change their pants.
Right, but they wouldn't have gone home in that moment, maybe. Or they would have stopped somewhere on the way home. And then the dominoes start to fall because they weren't there at this time doing
Maybe,
this. They
yeah.
weren't doing that.
Well,
So you could
well,
either,
who
you know,
I mean, if say that is legitimately all you change is just that one thing happening, you just minor inconvenience to them. I just at that
well,
point it's like, well, then what's the point?
you're
Why
good.
even inconvenience them that way?
Well, exactly. That's why it's like, I think the idea is that you would have an impact.
You have some sort of an
But
impact on them.
if it didn't, you would just go through your greatest hits of all the people you hate and just give them a little shitty pants moment. But
I
maybe in
do it
their
to
you go to the people you hate and in their like best proudest moment, you can make them shit their pants just so
yeah,
it clouds
yeah. I do
their
it.
finest
I,
moments.
I do it to Hassan Piker so he wouldn't shock his dog. I think
Mm,
that's what I would do.
mm.
Make him shit his pants instead of shocking Kaya. I'd rather have that happen because that dog didn't do anything wrong. She just got up. You don't have to shock your dog, you asshole. So make him shit his pants. There we go. That's it. Then he'd leave, and I don't know. Then he'd shock his dog again. So it really wouldn't change that much, probably.
Mm-mm.
Um,
Yeah.
doesn't really hate very many people. So that's the thing. I don't know. Uh,
But when's the best
maybe
time I
I'd
could have
make
Trump shit his pants?
Trump shit his
He probably
pants.
already is doing that though.
He may, yeah, he may have already. Yeah, for all we know, he probably did. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the point is it could have an impact though, and that's just you have
Yeah.
to be good about the timing of when you do it to try to have an impact. Make them someone not be at a certain spot at a certain time, or make them leave something early, something like that.
Get out of there.
All right, we got one more left.
Could you save a life by making somebody shit their
Oh
pants?
yeah,
Like you could stop somebody from being shot or
I'm
something
telling you that's
from yeah, from
absolutely
you could do that.
car
That'd be
accident.
cool.
Like you
But that
literally
could make
all
things way worse though.
no, literally you if someone's gonna die in a car accident, you have to have them just
Yeah.
have them shit their pants some point, pretty much any amount of time before that, and that makes them speed up to like leave at a different time or change
Yeah.
their plans.
Yeah, and then it changes their plans, but then that person hits somebody else.
Yeah,
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 they run into some
always.
other person and then that has a cascading effect
Yeah,
on history there. Yeah. True.
that's why you can't make Hitler shit his pants.
Right.
I've always said that.
So it's like if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times.
Would you, if you could, would you go back and make baby Hitler shit his pants?
I mean, he already did, baby.
Yeah, because there's always that thing. Would you kill baby Hitler? And but the problem again is the butterfly effect. It's like, if I'm killing baby
Right.
Hitler, who knows if I'm even alive, if I'm
Because
anywhere.
the thing is that mentality was like he was clearly a major force, but he was not the only person that thought that way in Germany. So
But also, it wouldn't have hurt. But it would have. Who knows?
yeah,
Who knows what else
fair.
it would have done, though? Who knows what?
Yeah, it's true. Well, it could have been way worse. We could have gotten somebody way
It's
worse.
such a weird thing to do because you think about like, oh, I could save these people from decades ago, but
Hmm.
who knows the impact it has on people since then. Now it's like it's
Right.
almost like it's already history. So as tragic as it is, it's like you don't know
Yeah.
what kind of
We'll
impact it'll
save.
have.
Right.
So
Yeah, like saving JFK, saving MLK or something by having them shit their
one
pants.
of the K's, yeah.
But it's like, what like those, obviously those deaths are tragedies, but like those are also like huge moments in
We
history
changed the
that you're
course,
changing. Yeah.
right? So it's like, yeah.
You can't
There's so
predict
many
you can't
number of things
predict
you could point back to though that like
Yeah.
stop this tragedy, and it's like
Yeah.
there's always going to be tragedies. Unfortunately, you can only look forward and try to prevent future tragedies.
Right.
But and maybe we could all stop and shit our pants sometimes and think about it. But
Well, according to Joey on Trash Taste, he's done it. He brings it up, like he's brought it up on the podcast multiple times about him shitting his pants. So, and
hmm,
they're like, "But why? What is wrong with you?" And he's like, "Well, I was sick for most of them." It's
hmm.
like, okay, but you've talked more about that than literally any person I've known in my whole life.
All right, final card right here is hot dog salad. Right.
Nice.
You go to a
Okay.
restaurant, you open the menu, they've got something called a hot dog salad. It's all the stuff from a hot dog, including the hot dog, chopped up into a salad. In what context would you order this?
In what context?
Literally any day of the week. That sounds like
That sounds kind of
I'd
fire.
immediately order that. I would order it tomorrow.
I
I'd
mean,
order it now.
it sounds pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, it does sound pretty good. Like, yeah, you get some ketchup and mustard, onions and
Bun,
peppers, and a bun. You chop the bun
chopped
up,
up
and then you have
bun.
some hot dog pieces. That sounds great.
Some of it
I don't
seems
know.
unnecessary. It's a weird concoction, but
I mean, the context would be, what is this? I have to try it.
absolutely. I'm
Yeah.
saying any day of the week. Like I don't need a specific occasion. It could be the finest dining I've ever been on. I'm gonna order that hot dog salad if that's on the menu.
Yeah, I just feel like that's the most bizarro thing I've ever seen on the menu. What is this? What? I'm gonna have it because it sounds actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like really good hangover food.
Mm.
So like maybe I'm out with my friends. I have a weekend. I drank a lot. I forgot to pregame with Gatorade, and oh no, I'm a little hungover. And it's like, okay, well then just a hot dog salad. Let's go for it. Why not? Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be down for that. I could go for a hot dog now. Now that they mention it.
Yeah, hot dogs are good. I had that was like
Mm.
around the July 4th time period. I had more hot dogs during that than I'd had probably in like a year. It's like I had a hot dog. I had some hot dogs at 4th of July, at Independence Day. I had a hot dog at the ballpark. I went to a baseball game a few days after that. I had a hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
There's another place I had a hot dog too, and I was like, yeah, let's do this. Hot dogs are awesome.
Oh yeah.
So
And that's it. Another 10 cards down for Mindcrushers.
there you go.
What's your favorite card of the day? We had Extremely Stoned, Time Question, Chill the Fuck Out, Dog Volcano, The Peanuts in Your Hand, The Love Button, A Nice Drive in the Country, Time to Fuck the Robot, The Terrible Arms, Shit Pants Time Machine, and Hot Dog Salad.
I like the profanity question. What
This is the
was it
most
called
thought
again? What
provoking.
the fuck? What the
Chill
fuck?
the Fuck Out.
Was it? Oh, chill the fuck out. Yeah, I think that one's the most. I find that conversation really interesting. So
Dog Volcano is the best
um,
bait and switch. I like that.
Yeah, that was funny. The bait and switch on that was really funny.
Time to Fuck the Robot's pretty interesting too. There's some good
Yeah.
ones. We got some good ones here.
Yeah, that was a good selection. It's
Yeah.
been a while since we've done this, so it's good to get the juices, the creative juices flowing again.
All the juices that Mindcrushers produces.
Unfortunate. Sometimes.
A lot of juices in the mix, yeah.
Yeah.
The cum dumpster? Remember that one?
That was one. Yeah. Well, Hector's Hole. That's the one. That's the one I always remember. Yeah.
Chugs Bunny himself.
Chugs Bunny, our classic character. Well, now we got a dog volcano in the mix.
Dog volcano, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more. Like the video. Leave a comment below with your detailed thoughts.
Yeah.
Right.
Let us know what you think about some of these topics. Sound off.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm going to recommend a random Tarqaron video for you to watch next.
Random rules.
So if you enjoyed this video, why don't you go check out Taking Halloween BuzzFeed Quizzes with our guest Rusty.
That was fun. That was a fun episode. That was a while ago now.
Yeah, was it?
Good one though.
It said a year ago. What was that? Like
it was
2 years ago then? Yeah. Just about.
It was 2024, yeah.
Yeah. Good times.
It was good. It was good times.
It was kind of in the same ballpark.
That's where that came from.
Zoom in, yeah.
Yeah, the zoom in. That was one of the funniest, my favorite moments of having a guest on.
So check that video out. Check out all of our other Mindcrushers videos if you haven't before. And until next time, take care.